you on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Nyamguru Agric, and I'm glad to welcome you to today's program, the 16th day of July 2026, and eventually today is the day for our free medical outreach. It starts today and ends tomorrow. To kickstart this program, which is basically bringing you the headlines and stories making the rounds, let's begin by joining Rufai Hosseini to tell us the stories that are making the rounds that give him concern this morning. And hello and welcome, Rufai.
Rounds, and these are very sad indication of what that is happening in Nigeria and transpire. Bandits have invaded another school in Kogi, abduct principal and NECO supervisor. Bandits attacked government secondary school, Opadoloa in Shettima, and they abducted school principal, examinations, council supervisor, NECO. It was reported around 2 p.m. on Tuesday. Students were sitting for the exam and now they've been abducted. Residents said that every time a sailor storms the community firing sporadically into the air. This is a very sad one, and that's why we should ask what is going on there. And there are many cases there that also go unreported, and that's why we should try as much as possible to ensure that this thing just stops. Fake agency scandal: how IG's special forces are arrested controversial DG in hideout. But you see, the thing about arresting this DG, they should allow him present his evidence. All of this is just an attempt to muscle him and muscle him out for him not to be able to talk. That's what I feel, honestly. And I've been wrong on this. We should just try as much as possible to ensure that he is protected, he's allowed to present his evidence, and let us look at it. Security operatives who lost their life in the bid to free Oyo victims. It's very sad. They've been identified and displayed the supreme prize with their lives. Last Corporal Adamu Hussein of its own battalion survived after sustaining injury. All of their names are being read out. Felix Isaac, one of the slain personnel. The father described him as the hope of the family. However, 4-7 are retired senior military who, according to him, ensured that his son's body was released and brought to Yola for burial. The death is very painful. These are the people that lost their lives in the bid to be able to save our country. F. Isaac, Silas Musa, Sergeant Agbada John Jerome. These are some of the people that lost their lives. Their services will never be in vain, and I think we should just observe 1 minute of silence for them as we are able to celebrate them and celebrate what they stood for and their lives and service to humanity. So these are things we're going to be doing. Let's just ensure that their death is not in vain, and so that we can continue to do well for our country. INEC recognized Article of 490 candidates. Finally, all the names have been submitted for the INEC portal. Kaduna workshop charts post-project strategy against child labor. Ibadan nabbed for kidnapping 5-year-old girl and demanding 10 million ransom. World richest AI creator and DeepSeek founder in the world is worth 36 billion. Get to the story about terrorist kidnapping. Hisba arrests women in Zamfara for witchcraft. US vow to sustain war against ISIS jihadists killing Christians in Nigeria. These are some of the stories making the rounds. Free to watch TV with 40 million households with 100 channels. That's what FG is saying. I've not been able to log on that free to watch TV. FG sets final dates for analog TV switch off. Ex-Gombe, SDP governorship candidate defects to PDP and backs Pantami. These are some of the stories making the rounds. I've kept my promise to harm people. That's what Brother Uba Sani is saying. and we will see how all of this pan out in the coming days. And congratulations to the Disney family, once again, for all their achievements on the 40th anniversary of this week. Southeast, not enemy of the north, let's forgive ourselves, that's what Kwankwasa is saying. The BOI secures 60 billion euro to boost cocoa processing and chocolate manufacturing. President Macron to embark on a state visit to Nigeria before the year ends. God rewarded Remi Tinubu's punctuality in the Senate with First Lady role. I mean, that's just hypocritical talk by Barao. I mean, if I was my leading role, we should be First Lady, so how does it relate? Court grants Darius Ishaku permission to travel for medical abroad. Darius Ishaku is the former governor of Taraba State. There has been a lot of allegation back and forth as regards him. Court grant ex-CCT chairman Danladi Omar 100 million bail. How US is backing Nigeria's energy and digital infrastructure. Rescue Oyo people's teacher reunite with families. Reps rescind earlier state police vote. Begin fresh consideration of Tinubu's bill. Appeal court reserves judgment in ADC and court parties order against the registration. So we're going to be looking at that case. Like I said, all of this is just an attempt to ensure that people do not get on the ballot. The two key political parties do not get on the ballot, and increasingly those cases are coming home to roost as we speak, and it will become clearer. World PRD, the golden age of strategic public relations. I am not conducting auditions, beware of scammers, Frederick Leonard warns. These are some of the stories making the rounds. And I've got a very, very insightful session that we'll be playing. I mean, this session is about the history of Nigeria, and it's only best for you to learn some history, with no other person than Maker Ed Kiazo. And we'll be looking at all of this as a pause. And a Nigerian Catholic priest dies after being told to leave US without expiring visa. 50 killed in 1 week as Plateau roots demand justice. Limited forecast, cloudiness and thunderstorm for Wednesday, so there's still going to be more rain. NIPS DG meets one apologizes over militia group. NBC scraps annual digital TV access fee. Okay, that's some story looking around. Article demands probe into 6.44 billion field World Cup money. So the money has been added to the budget as regards World Cup, but why do they add money to do with World Cup in the budget when Nigeria has not even gone to the World Cup? The Nigerian Broadcasting Commission said Nigerians will no longer pay an annual digital access fee under the renewed digital switchover projects. Mr. Charles Agric disclosed this in an exclusive interview with News Agency of Nigeria. And we'll see how all of that will pan out in the coming days. Afenifere Adebayo Bello Abandi others react to APC and Muslim tickets. Let's say it's going to pan out again. Muslim tickets off the APC. And these are some of the stories that are making the rounds today. And we're going to be looking at all of this as they continue to pan out. And we're going to be, looking at how it affects all of us.
Yes.
So some interview.
That's what
like I said.
I gave you when I was Inspiration FM.
It's going to be a series by Maker Ed Kiazo, and you're going to get a chance to watch that interview again. And it's a very powerful interview. It's something that will open your eyes about the history of Nigeria, because one thing also we're doing on this dial is also to tell historical stories. I think we don't tell those stories enough, and as you said, you need to be able to tell them.
Well, that's what we always do here. We bring you the facts as they are, and very shocking ones sometimes, very disheartening ones sometimes as well. Especially like the story that was told about by Rufai now about the insertion of 6.44 billion naira into the budget for a project that has already failed. That money was inserted there as money for presidential support group for the qualifiers for the World Cup that had already ended, and here we are right now. Okay.
Morning, young girl.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning. Yeah.
Our outreach and happiness is not make everything safe and good for us and those that will impact the God help them.
Praying for
what else do you want to say this morning? You can remind you that we actually added money for World Cup in the World Cup that they never went through.
Yeah.
And the fact that now they are not turning Parapeta into constituency project. And the fact that you see some of their ATP propagandists are just bloody liars. One thing they will never tell you and go is that when President Tinubu expect subsidy gone, they still pay 7.1 trillion the following year in subsidy. NNPC and their books started as energy security expenses because they didn't want to show the people that is subsidy. The question is, what did they use that 7.1 trillion for? So you see, these are the just put hardship on people. Or the fact that yes, they've collected property tax from Malawi under the same government where they said they were going to fight corruption. Why anti-corruption is Attorney General? They are collecting property from his front, back, and center. But you see, the Tinubu government can reject Malawi because of politics. But they also have people. See, today now is not seeing the head of liability. These are the way the judge is. They know they arrive at anything, but you know the see judgment. You know to run for what they call now. So today we don't know what transfer with better. The only offense of Malawi and the Hellfire is because they went to the southern political around that people. That was where the problem is. If they did it, they remove it. They go after Malawi all these years. And if you say that, yes, you don't know what you are saying, we're doing our investigation first. But when I write this out, when this government leaves, when you start to see what they did, why is it my child? Because you think people can hold this thing forever. Even despite the fact that this are the every kid, they are not finished, arrested at the end, like I said, on the silence. Do you think they will be there forever? Even if they are finished their first time, they win a election for second time, if they leave, you think things will not still come up? You think you will not see? When Malami was doing it there, is anybody who was going to come up? So they all know where they are all secrets are buried. So you can see things that all corrupt and corrupt like that. You can see under APC government, because Buhari on this one, how corruption is really just there. Did you ever read about another 54 billion?
What?
Where are these people guys there? Can go. Did you ever see another signature? The same person who didn't mention the one of it.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that story. I saw the story.
Okay, they are in power now. Maybe if you read it to your audience, then the audience will have to go. They are in power now, they can cover everything. Just like how a young lady died in somebody's house. When a person dies under mysterious circumstances, there is criminal inquest. The state takes over the case. The family can go and sign message and say we don't want any autopsy on our body and everything. The state takes over. Even remember Mohbad's case, when the accusation was so much, even with the fact that Mohbad was dead, even we are seeing Mohbad to do an autopsy, even the state taking over the Mohbad case. So why is this case different? So all of the things that happen is again, all we are calling for is investigation, transparent investigation. You see all of these are happening. You see all of these are happening. You said the lady died at something of June, and the coroner couldn't accept. Why didn't the coroner accept immediately?
Making about the sixth person who is dying in mysterious circumstances. Making about the sixth person dying under this.
Yes, in tomorrow, where is Tanimo? How is Tanimo attack? So with all of this, you think it will be buried forever? You think? No, it's not going to be buried forever. Questions are going to come. People are going to drill down. People are going to drill down. Questions will be asked. Questions will be asked. Who is just saying this? It's only people to sleep easy at night. I don't point it by anything. What do you want me to say? This is project and they say this, say that, even with the thing. Or should I remind you, anyway, I stated this in my doctor, that people are writing records again and taking it. Should I remind you that?
Every day.
What do you want me to do? Okay, maybe let me say that Messi is fast becoming a good status supporter because they are qualified for the World Cup final. And they might win the World Cup back to back.
It's going to be an interesting match, though.
Yeah. So what do you want?
It's disheartening. The governors they have shared 2.55 trillion naira as June revenue, and this same thing you were talking about that was inserted in the budget for the World Cup, the Presidential Support Group as they call it, was also inserted in 2025, and that was 3 billion naira.
As usual, they had already thought that.
So now it's Adeyemi that is in custody. When we are seeing all this, we now know that.
No, those people are struggling because the reason I told you it's just a short Adeyemi off now. The reason why they arrested him was they were already at the interview and was doing 2 months was already revealing so many things. So they have to have not going to interviews again. They can't talk to him and all of that. So they will keep him there and probably be told shut up many times. And before you know it, they will even let him go, you know, you just see that it's moved up.
The case has just died.
Today, are you still hearing anything? What's the kind of country you live in? But you can't do this thing.
But on the one hand, you are arresting somebody. On the other hand, the Senate and the presidency are kicking against a probe. They reject the PFIPC probe as Atiku slams federal government over 6.44 billion World Cup budget. Okay, so that one is also a headline this morning. So why are they so against probe? Even though we know that nothing may come out of it, but it's just...
they don't want to be accountable because if people will shine their eye in public. I've just told you one now. When they told you that they are suffering for their subsidy gone, but they still paid over 7 trillion to subsidy. But these were the same people too that told Nigerians that they don't have budgetary provision, that's why they remove subsidy, but they still pay 7 trillion. Why did they see that 7 trillion that they paid for? It's one entity 7.1 trillion.
Well, people saving 10 trillion naira from subsidy every year. They're now paying 7 trillion.
Until you are paying 10 trillion naira from subsidy every year, you can't pay administrators. You think you are saving 7 trillion. You know what you go and do to squander the subsidy money you claim you are making? You want to claim what's it called? Regional Development Commission, that you know it is scam. Just like you know NDC is a scam all this year. You want to open more regional development commission. Then you put them at first line charge. The money is going. What are we paying with the money? Nothing. Those ones are just coming to speaking. So this is so when I was telling you that that use of making noise that that young man that is the regional development commission is there. I told you the thing will end like in noise. I think it ended in noise. So where is the profit? Has it not ended in noise? Again, if we use this state police now to collect a lot of money, we don't spend it on those police now. Because first line charge will shield state police from governors' interference. So if the first line charge comes to the police, whoever is heading the money will chop the money again. Are they even taking care of the police in the federal structure?
It was just funny how once the president transmitted his own bill, they just threw away their own proposal in the National Assembly and adopted that of the president. That's the one that was getting passage and all that. Did they even read it? Did they even know the provisions there? Or tomorrow we will hear again that the one that passed and the one that was assented to, they were different. I wonder a National Assembly like this.
You can see things for
it just beats me.
You can see things for yourself.
Poverty threatens. The World Bank is saying poverty threatens 79% of Nigerians despite reforms. Right now we are officially about 61 or 63%. Poverty rate in Nigeria, and this one they're talking about is going to move it to 79%. Who can't vote for Nigeria now?
What does that tell you? A country where over 99% of the population does not have 500,000 naira in their bank account. A country where there is no accountability. Do you know the go between the hotel, the Animola guy that I think when he said he was the one he was paying the chief of staff. Do you know the hotel the guy died has been demolished? You see, it was just secret that this guy was already sharing at the end. That's why they quickly incarcerated. At least before, we didn't know that the hotel in which he died was already demolished.
Wow. On what grounds?
That's the kind of country we live in now.
Oh dear God.
And when we see these things, people say, they say, besides never think anything good comes. No, we want something good to come out of Nigeria. That's what we are saying. But we can't put our eyes away from evil. It's not done. This was how we spoke up the time of Jonathan with creating Jonathan. Today we are creating government. In any government that comes, we create them. Our aim is to keep them accountable. That's just it. That's just it. Ordinary MBA elections, see the way they are fighting in for. MBA election, Association of Lawyers. So Court of Appeal struck out a suit for the want of jurisdiction. The suit was filed by Ibrahim Ejelan, SCN, against Chief Gabriel Ijala and the Corporated Trust of MBA Alpha Musigwe, a body of ventures and also listed among the suit are responded by him Lawal, Raymond Oki. The appeal challenged the March 4 ruling of Justice Opayinka of Oyo State, which granted a starting time judge, which any appellant from acting as members of electoral committee or taking further steps towards conducting 2026 MBA election. The suit is treated by 1-4 respondent trial and legislative summons, seek interpretation of provision of 2025 amended MBA constitution relating to the composition of PCMBA. Reviewing the judgment, the lifeblood of every judicial proceeding, the elementary that the court lacks jurisdiction, every step is not taken in proceedings. Jurisdiction is therefore the threshold issue which must be resolved before the court can value exercise any judicial authority. The appellate court agreed with the appellant that the dispute centered on interpretation of MPA or government instrument of an incorporated trustee registered under CAMA, therefore fell within the exclusive jurisdiction of the Federal High Court under Section 2000. The court ordered that the respondent was merely challenging administrative action for questioning appointments made under MBA Constitution. It consequently recently heard that the Oyo State High Court lacked the decision that all proceeds and orders made in this suit were null and void. Court of Appeal also held that the suit was wrongly filed in describing an action as a case of forum shopping. The court ruled that the choice of the judicial division amounted to an abuse of court, blah blah blah. So MBA election, this election among lawyers, you see there. To be able to delay Africa, Nigeria economy is on the steady growth. Yes, we are on the steady growth, but poverty too is on the steady growth.
How do we even reconcile that? Your economy is growing, you're dying of hunger. And these are people who they rate one presidential candidate and say he saved money when his people were dying. I don't know whether his people were really dying when they complained they were dying. He didn't build schools, yet he was first in education, and the people who built schools were maybe last, and all those kind of things. Now, integrity is on trial in Nigeria. If you say there's a problem, yes,
really good on trial. So you can see the joke of people. Anyway, happy birthday to the Attorney General Association. You know, he's my very good friend and I think. Although I don't agree with everything he says, but the humanity in me says happy birthday. And you know, a lot of these people in the APC are my friends. I don't just agree with their politics, but it doesn't stop me and them from relating as you know. Like I hate to support a lot of people in the APC. I've known them over the years. It's not a problem for me, but I will call them out of their politics when it's wrong. I don't think that politics as we speak today is taking Nigeria everywhere. One, there's too much corruption. Two, there's no much emphasis on the poor. Three, nobody thinks about the pain of the poor. It's just about them alone. They're shooting fat while people are suffering. They're so disconnected from the poor. And for me, my life is sold out to the poor. That's just it. I'm not saying I can end the entire poverty, but at least if I can do things to incentivize it. When you look at what they're doing, then go. Please take the video evidence.
Yeah.
Do you have arrangement for that?
Yes.
Please take the video and let us show the world the impact in the lives of the people. You know, that's essence. That's essence. Because see, you cannot. You're just telling me now you have my number for about how many years now?
Yeah. It's very
my number I think that IFM market. I'm telling you that that's how industrial.
I decided not to change it. Let it just be there.
Because the truth is, that's the industry I always bring to everything I do. I was a presenter then in that my former radio station, but I was one of the biggest person that started the station, bring revenue for the station. That's the way I live my life. I add value. There were some shows we had here. I remember in this same Lagos, I was giving people finishing their cars for free. I went to, I've always been like that. I don't think of myself, I think of others. Now I went to get lubricant company to partner with me. And on Saturday when I do the car show cruise control, I will show audience show, we service about 30 cars for free. Just to make life a little bit easy for people. The evidence is there. In fact, I was even trying to organize a car picnic that never felt to where I could give about 100 car services for. I started planning, never just felt. People will come over 20 cars and services for free for people. Okay, service. Because I feel then, I think I can ease out your body. Then you have to do all of that. I will do free scan, I will scan their cars for free, I will do this. I mean, these are ideas too we can deploy to POP, you know, to impact people. So that's why when I think of things I've done to push in the sense of giving money that way, hundreds of millions. You know how many studies I've raised money for? You know how many studies I've paid for my own money? So that's why I keep telling you, I just know how they have for the poor. Again, when Governor Shevon speaks today like it's just, you know the one that told the woman on the roadside that was telling something to go and die? Have you forgotten that story?
Oh God.
So the only time the email report where they want to be talking is when it's election time they go and eat corn on the roadside. The same women they will drive. When it's election time they will remember Puli and Akarasena.
and tomato and pepper.
But if you take Puli and Akarasena they will drive convoys in front of them and splash and make the Puli and Akarasena and say, oh God, which time my life will be better where I will drive convoy with state resources. Ask they used to carry this number of convoy before they got into power. When they were selling the cars from their own pocket, they used to carry this number of convoy. But you see, the government money too.
They don't need Nigeria's money.
They don't need Nigeria's money, but they can drive Nigerian convoy. They don't need Nigerian money. They used to go and buy new private jets. Nigerian money to buy new government jets. They don't need Nigeria's money. They don't need Nigeria's money. They are using corruption allegations. They don't need Nigeria's money. It's not Nigerian money, baby. It's not Nigerian money, baby. Why are they in government? Why are they in power? They don't need Nigeria's money. They are giving all the contracts to their friends and Agric. They don't need Nigeria's money.
And the son, no less. Because he sits on the board. He sits on the board of various companies.
They are giving contracts without tender, without competitive bidding to their friends and cronies. We don't need Nigeria's money, baby. We don't need Nigeria's money. If they don't need that, why do they do paper road with their own money? Even they say they increase the revenue in Lagos, why didn't they use Lagos money to do the coastal road? They don't need Nigeria's money.
Let's drop it here, Greg. Let's pay news and then move on.
You keep telling them the hard truth, like they listen, they don't listen. We just want the country to be better. They know I have nothing against anybody. I want the country to be, if it's better, we say. But better, I would say.
Happy anniversary to your brother also, and then happy birthday to your brother.
Yeah, happy birthday to me, my very good brother and uncle. Happy birthday to the Tangerine Federation. Also, happy birthday, belated birthday to our great Achirogu, our father in this journalism business, former governor of the state, Shettima. I don't agree with his politics too, but our humanity shines through. I see him on any bad place, I hug him, I love him, but I don't agree with his politics. That's just it. You can disagree with people, but I mean, you're a human being, your humanity aligned. So, a lot of these people, I don't agree with their politics. It doesn't mean that if I see them, I will not hug them, I will not greet them, I will not see them walk and ask them for the family, and that their eyes are meetings that. I do that. I don't agree with their politics, I'm sorry. I don't believe in what they believe in.
It's alright, fine. do have a wonderful day.
It's a pleasure to hear that.
Voice of the people, find your brand.
An effective communication that Campos makes. Campos makes it. That's the man who will better. Campos makes comes in for different parts, for different age groups. No 1 year, up to 6 years, 7 to 13 years, 14 and above. Campos makes it.
Camosunate, effective anti-malaria for all ages. Marketed by Janet Pharmaceuticals Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see your doctor. Read the leaflet inside.
You are listening to your number one station, the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
We're glad to know that you're still there listening to Voice of the People 90.3. This program is a front page review, and my name is Nyamguru Agaji. Remember, today is the 16th of July 2026, and this is when we're going to have our free medical outreach. I'm sure you're preparing yourself for today. It will begin at 12 p.m. But all the support staff that said that they were going to come help us, please report to St. Jude's Catholic Church, venue of the event. If you can make it at 8 o'clock, fine. 8:30, better. So that we can set up a lot of things that we need to set up before the event itself, and then try to identify you, maybe with some tags or something. We're hoping that when you're coming, you can have something white as a top. If you are, whether you're a man or a woman, have a white top, just to be a form of identity for the people who are working for us and with us as volunteers. So please reach early. I know that I sent some messages to some people and asked them to get there around 10 o'clock, but if you can make it earlier, it will be the best, so that we can have some briefing and all that. I may not be at the venue now, but I will be joining later. But Dr. Deogon will be there from 8 o'clock, so join him there, identify yourself, and see how we can move from there. Our partners from Dubai are already here with their equipment. They will be transporting them to the venue from 8 or 8:30, and if you are available, you'll help them on back and set up. Also, for the people who are driving in for the adoration, today adoration is being held at the Catholic Church St. Jude. If you're driving in for the adoration, please use the part of the field which is towards the entrance, because further closer to the primary school, we hope to set our canopies and see what we can do. We can begin from there before we go into the, what do they call it, the other part of the church where there's a roof, you know. Okay, that's how I'm describing it. I don't want to call it a hall, but it's an open space with a roof. Okay, thank you very much as you do that. So we are being joined by Barrister Darlington, and I'm sure by now he has had his tea, and we're going to ask him his opinion on the headlines this morning. Barrister Darlington, good morning and welcome to the program. I know, but you have refused to initiate me into that club special tea.
I have told you to indicate your interest, that's all.
Okay. No wala. Okay, so now Adeyemi is in custody. The supposed the DG of the alleged phantom agency. In fact, someone pointed out yesterday that we should be calling it alleged phantom agency, because there's no sign that this really is a phantom agency that nobody in government knew about. So this DG is in custody. Meanwhile, the chief of staff to the president is still being fingered in a lot of other cases, very many cases, including 54 billion naira that he was said to have received as NUPRC kind of fund. So the headline here is Atiku asks Tinubu to suspend Gbajabiamila from office, order probe into the 54 billion naira NUPRC fraud. That's the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission fraud. That his name is there, and so many other things that his name is there. Funnily, he's going to be one of the witnesses against Adeyemi, even though Adeyemi called his name. So you are a lawyer. How does that work? Is it that someone who has been called as an accomplice in a case can now be a witness? Is that the proper name to call it? Because I don't know, maybe I'm just mixing the names up. He's going to be a witness.
Yes, somebody is trying to turn our laws upside down, and Nigerians are going to validate it. Because if you ask me, Gbajabiamila is the principal offender here. All these things was initiated and carried out by him, because as at the time they were defending this budget, this man said he was in police custody. So who did all these things on his behalf? Yambo. Is that not a very serious issue to unravel? When you are talking of principal witness and all that, it is somebody that will help the police or the court to arrive at a conclusion. But when you are the main architect, the main person, how does anybody want to exonerate you as a witness in a matter that you are at the head, you are spearheading? They just want to exonerate you, nothing else, as a star witness here. Remember what happened with Otedola and the Farouk? When Otedola, who was the person that offered the bribe, and Farouk was stuffing his inside his cap, they now use Otedola as a star witness. Meanwhile, he was the one that gave the bribe, so that his name will be removed from those who imported the fuel, subsidy fuel. So when government want to play prank, that's what they do. When you are in their good book, they will do everything to exonerate you. It did not start today. Remember when Kanu was sentenced to jail for 5 years for corruption? Immediately this man was sent to jail. The judge that did it, you know what they did? They promoted him and backdated it. And then to exonerate Kanu, they said that that judgment was carried out when the judge had been promoted. And so that judgment cannot stand. Oh my God. For that reason, Kanu was brought out from prison. Can you imagine? You see, in fact, when you begin to look at the plan these guys are playing, you ask yourself, are we really in government? Are we really a country? So I am not surprised. They have decided what to do. And after God, it is government. So what are you going to do? This man should have been in detention by now. This is Brigadier Miller. But look at how Tinubu is shading him. Look at how he's shading him. Everybody just talking, no action, nothing. He's shading, even getting more responsibility. Can you imagine? The what is it called? This pandemic that broke out in Congo. They gave this man 10 billion to manage. Remember, he was in charge. Tinubu gave him 10 billion to check the spread of this in Nigeria. And I asked myself, is Brigadier Miller a doctor? Why give him that responsibility? And now the police, state police something, is equally in charge. So I don't know what is the relationship between Brigadier Miller and Tinubu. It looks like it goes deeper than governance. It goes deeper than what we are seeing. Because I don't see how Tinubu should open his eyes and be doing all this in his dream. Tomorrow you come and tell me you're a Democrat, you want Nigeria to move forward. How can Nigeria move forward under corruption? We are not talking of this other one with MC Oluomo, who told us that he will not obey appeal court order until Tinubu tells him to do that. That is Nigeria for you. So I'm not surprised you. Yambu, do you know my fears? More and more scandals are coming. More and more scandals are coming under this administration. Go and mark it somewhere.
But is a scandal a scandal if it will not have any effect?
Do you think
simply as if it's just something that would make somebody more popular instead of condemning him or bringing him down, but it will just make him more popular and he moves on?
Yes, because that is Nigeria.
Because someone disrupted the flight of a plane, for instance. That is an act of terrorism in other countries. But he was given an ambassadorial role for the aviation ministry in this Nigeria.
While that incident was going on, the man was in front of the plane calling somebody in Asoro. True or false?
Yes.
So what are you saying?
Good.
In fact, you don't know how rotten this thing is. Seriously. Yambu, go and read the famous Watergate scandal. Mr. Griffin was just eavesdropping on the opponent's conversation. And that was why he had to step down from his second term. Just eavesdropping. He didn't steal money. He didn't commit any murder. And the US government said, no, you can't do this. This is against our rules and regulations. This is against our democracy. The investigation went all out. If you read that scandal, you will know that yes, America is serious about democracy. That was all. Watergate. Now look at what has happened. And we are treating it as if some children are playing in the field. Oh God. In fact, it is bad. Very, very bad. I don't even know where to start, seriously. Yambu, in a Senate clan, Nigerians should have risen up because of this nonsense. Because if Tinubu get away with it, Yambu, more things are coming. He will do worse. Go and mark my word. If he gets away with this thing, worse things are coming. And to make it worse, he will win the election with all this scandal. The way it is right, the man is not even bothered about the election. In a Senate climb, you should be worried about the next election because of this scandal. You should be worried. You should be worried because of the scandal and the effect it will have on your electoral value. But Tinubu is not bothered. With this rotten thing that is going on, he is not bothered. He believes that whatever happens, he will still win election, Yamgo. That is Nigeria for you.
That's serious. Okay, tell us, walk us through what is going on in the NBA, in the back and forth in the election, what is really happening, and what is, where are we now?
Yamgo, please, people should be wary when they discuss such matter because what you are saying is not what is going on. What you are saying is not what is going on. So, since the matter is in court, people have to be wary. Because this government, when they want to set up something, they will look for somebody, a student, and plant it in any institution they want to control. That is just the truth. Any institution they want to control, they will set up a student and tell it to go there and spoil things. We have been seeing it all over. What is the interest of that man going to court and whatever? All those things, does it have any value? All of a sudden, NBA cannot conduct an election. Please, I wish them well, but I thank God, I think they have conducted their affairs so well. And I'm sure there are reasonable people there who will look at these things.
Okay, so we also have a story that is saying that the appointment of Bamidele is yielding a lot of dividends for Nigeria. Jimo Ibrahim, sorry.
Yes.
The UN job is bringing dividends, so I don't know if you've seen any dividends that are coming to Nigeria.
Who is saying that? Government, Abi? Yes. Did they mention all the dividends? That is just, when they say this thing, people should ask them, what are the benefits, what are the dividends? That is, begin to tick the boxes so that we can verify it. Where are the dividends? Is, what's that his name? Is he a diplomat? Hold on, is he a diplomat? From inception, does he have any connection, any background? That is a top job for diplomats, those who are well groomed in it, who knows the meaning of diplomacy. He does not know any of these things. I can bet my last couple, he doesn't. He's not grounded on it. All the appointments we have made, they are always a square hole in a round peg. All of them, square hole in a round peg. And that's why no result is coming. No result. They appointed somebody as an ambassador to South Africa. Up to today, he has not resumed work.
Maybe he's afraid of xenophobia.
In fact, they might even send me back. And nobody has explained to you and I, nobody has explained to you and I what is going on. 3 years into the administration, Nigeria does not have ambassadors in some countries in this world. Can you imagine? So how can you be counted among the Committee of Nations? And it's not as if the money is not there to take care of all these embassies. So they prefer the money in their pocket than to use it for the good of Nigeria. They prefer the money in their pocket. That is it. I told you here, Yango, that at the end of the day, some people will be richer than Nigeria. I mean, richer than Nigeria. Go and write it somewhere. Just the same way some people are in control of Lagos and they are richer than Lagos. You will see. It will happen. That is the only thing that brought them into governance. Not to govern, but to loot as much as they can. That is, the sense are there. The sense are there.
Nigeria. Thank you, Nigeria. If I sing Nigeria Amaka, you say I shouldn't sing anymore.
No, it's not, in fact, it's more beautiful now. Yes, so they told us that we are now above waters. Yes, we have come out of the two. Meanwhile, things are getting rotten. You don't know what they told us, that we are gotten and we are past the worst stage or whatever. You came into government and you destroy an economy you inherited. And now you are telling me that you have done so well. Look, if you set your house on fire and later put out the fire, why should I celebrate you? Why should I clap for you? Is that an achievement? Are you not the one that set your house on fire? Out of folly. You destroy an economy you inherited. And you are not telling me that we are gotten out of the wood. Who put us in the wood? Who put us in the wood? Are you not the one? Because you don't know what to do. In fact, I pity those who package Tinubu for Nigerians. I don't know where they are now. They should come out and talk. Because when they were packaging him, they are talking they did not tell us Oyango. Master strategy. The man who planned for presidency. The man who created the democracy even in heaven. The man who knows democracy more than God. There is nothing they did not tell us Oyango. Now look at it. You can see that's why they say life may run for 2 million years. One day, truth will catch up with it. Now you have gotten it. You are grabbed, snatch around with it. Now perform the job. Yango, perform the job. You got first class in this and that and all that. Where is the first class wisdom here? Where is it?
Bob Marley says, you can fool some people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time.
All the time. I say that pity those who are supporting. Where are they now? They should come out and tell us.
So one day...
Some will not allow them to talk. Now they will be criticizing those who are even more patriotic than they themselves and their leaders. You will just be talking, just not to talk. No substance in their own argument, no substance. How can anybody be supporting this type of thing? You are calling yourself a patriotic Nigerian. How can that be? How can that be?
Adeyemi was patriotic. Out of patriotism, that's why he registered that agency that now we're talking about. So patriotism may have a different definition in some circles. We never know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there are different types of patriotism. And you're only more patriotic when you are stealing a lot of money. Yes, that's where you are your own type of patriotism.
Maybe it's kleptotism. Okay, anyway, the state police, some people are having reservations. I think you do as well. But
of course,
this one that the proposal even from the National Assembly was jettisoned for the one that came from the executive, and they started passing it. I think it was passed twice or so. But they accepted that one and threw away the one they proposed as a National Assembly. What do you make of that?
Yango, to tell you where we are going. Is it not the National Assembly that's supposed to look at the laws, any policy, any institution, look at the laws guiding it and all that before they can even think of setting up as a bill or as a law? Is that not true? Now, how can the whole National Assembly throw away their own proposal? Oh my God. That is, throw it away and accepted that of Tinubu. You can see that we are not moving forward. It's like this government, they have sworn to fail. Everything about them is on reverse gear. Seriously. So, what is more intelligent and more wise from Tinubu's own proposal than that of a whole National Assembly that the people elected to represent them? That means they are just there. Even I call them errand boys of Tinubu now. Somebody say, why do you call them errand boys? Is it not an errand boy who will always kowtow to the master? Whatever the master says, you say, oh, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. But this is the second arm of government that's supposed to be independent, controlling the executive. Now the reverse is the case. So how can we move forward? Go and look at all the loopholes on that Tinubu's proposal. Go and look at it. It's all about himself, so that he can still control the state police. Nothing else. Nothing else. This man will never give any power to any police. It can never happen. It can never happen. It's only when we get to the bridge now we start looking, why did we get here? In fact, there was even no bridge here. So what are we going to cross? It is that time you now realize our folly. Then maybe the Senate that will be in charge that time, they will start another amendment. You know, they will start thinking of how to look at it again and all that. But somebody was there who did it. When have we done any law that is very, very, that is when you look at it, say yes, this one will stand the test of time. When the local government and financial autonomy, nowhere, because the amendment has not been done with the constitution. Look at state police now, it's not going anywhere. The tax reform, up to today. Do you know that Oyedele, the Minister of Finance today, told us that look, what you saw in that tax reform bill was not what they proposed. Yeah. The man said it. Up to today, we don't know where that one is going, and they are started collecting the money. There was no formal launching of that tax reform. No formal. They just suspended it, and indirectly now they are collecting it. Can you imagine? No formal launching of that tax, no formal. I challenge anybody to tell me that they have seen the complete book of that tax reform. The complete one is just in different phases, and they are collecting the money. They are collecting the money. So if you have an issue now with that tax, how do you go to court for something that is not even lawful? Can you imagine? It's unfortunate. Tomorrow they will count it as part of the achievement. You achieve lawlessness, Abi. You achieve lawlessness.
All right, Barrister. Let's drop it here this morning. I'd like to thank you for your time. You're always on fire, and we like that. Burn off all the corruption that we have here, and let us all keep talking and make sure our country is a better place for us and the children that we have and those that are yet unborn. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yango, and congratulations for your event today.
Yeah, God bless all of us. Okay, we've been talking with Barrister Darlington on the program. You know what the headlines are this morning. I'm expecting you to call us when the time is right. Let's just pay some bills now.
If you want to get, it's in here. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, 90.3
An effective song we push up. Campos makers.
Camosunate, effective anti-malaria for all ages. Marketed by Agric Pharmaceuticals Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see your doctor. Read the leaflet inside.
You are listening to your number one station. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
It's still the front page review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Nyamguru Agric, and I'm glad that you're still there and listening to us. It's time now to go to the phone lines and the messages to see what all of us are collectively saying about the events. When Rufai spoke and Barrister Darlington spoke, two things stood out. And one of of the greatest is that the corruption is enormous in our country, especially as the chief of staff has been fingered in yet another scandal. So the presidential candidate for the ADC, Atiku Abubakar, is calling on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to suspend Gbajabiamila from office and order a probe into the 54 billion naira NUPRC fraud. So Atiku, the presidential candidate of African Democratic Congress, has demanded this suspension of President Bola's chief of staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, for illegally receiving 54 billion naira from Nigeria's Oil Regulatory Commission after citing fake law. So, according to that report, he brought out some fake laws that did not relate to whatever he was saying, and then was able to collect 54 billion naira. Not million, billion. That is 1,000 million times 54. That's the money he received. He did not receive it, or well, I don't know whether he received it and put it inside the government quarters or coffers rather. I do not know that, but he received it nonetheless. That's the accusation anyway. So we're still talking about the things that are happening in Nigeria. Choose your headline and talk about it. Let us not get tired of talking. 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903, or 08036929933. 08036929933. We also have for WhatsApp 08171756338. 08171756338. We sincerely apologize. A lot of people have sent messages and saying that the audio is not good at all, so we apologize for that. We're seeing all your messages here on YouTube, especially that the audio is not good enough. We're very sorry. We're hoping it will improve. Engineers are pressing some buttons to make sure before the end of the program it will be better, it will improve. Before I pick the call, let me take one message from YouTube. Nyam will help me celebrate my father's birthday today as he clocks 98 years today. His name is High Chief A.O. Bankole, the Olu of Isheroke. He is the best dad in the world. I'm Bankole Sheyi. Bankole Sheyi, thank you for sending that message to us. We are glad that your father has made it to 98 years. It's not easy, and we thank God for him. We pray that he lives even longer so that his grandchildren will enjoy him well. Not even you, no, not you. The grandchildren will enjoy him well. That is walking wisdom, I'm very sure. So may God bless him and continue to be interested in all matters concerning him. All right, so let me pick this first call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Yangu.
Good morning, please.
My name is Daniel. I'm calling from Alaba.
Okay, Daniel, keep it short. Yeah, go on.
Let me congratulate Nigeria for winning the World Cup without they didn't go there. Congratulations to them, because what money cannot do,
more money can do.
more money can do it.
Yes,
So that's why we included budget of sponsoring Super Eagles to go to World Cup without even qualifying going. So more money can even make them to win the World Cup. So that's why I'm congratulating them. For legislators, Nigeria said I have seen that our legislators are handicapped. They can't be able to represent us. They can't be able to checkmate the executives. So there are no need of them working for us. All we need to do, Nigeria need to wake up and say, scrap National Assembly. Let them go home. Because they are not doing anything for us. What you ask them to do for us, they are not doing it. So let them leave the executive to do their case with the judiciary. See, they can't be able to do the job. So Nigeria should wake up and do what? And say no to these people. Let them go. Let them go.
all right. Thank you very much. Okay, another call is coming in here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My brother, good morning. My name is Innocent. I'm calling from Amura, the State.
Thank you very much.
Please, I want to talk. Now everything is turning upside down with this current government, and nobody want to say, well, we are afraid. All of us is like we are afraid of talking what the right thing is supposed to say. We are expecting this, what they call it, when we will protest for Abiola to rule, because they say there's no Yorubas that is politician that have ruled Nigeria, is only military, whatever. We say let Abiola rule. And when I went on the phone, we did not meet up. We say, okay, now Tinubu is on the seat. Let us see that hand of this Southwest people, how they are leadership, because they are here, they are dedicated. Let them bring it to Nigeria, so Nigerians will copy from there, maybe from there we move forward. But we are disappointed for this man. Even we Nigerians are disappointed when this current government is now doing corruption everywhere. What many things cannot even do is happening. And I don't know how the Southwest people will be feeling now, because we are from Southeast, because we are all South, and we are somehow feeling bad. But what I'm trying to say is, let this man try to correct this thing, because after here, nobody will respect his region again, because if he cannot do now, how many years will Nigeria think we have been waiting for Southwest to come and rescue Nigeria as educated people, and now we finally get one, and it's worst. And again, this thing every time we make after voting, his court is going to prove who is going to be governor or president. It doesn't really matter to go again to go and vote. Is it not better we leave the Supreme Court and others to choose who is going to be 27 president? Because after everything, it's still them. Either 7th of them will still decide who is going to rule as the president of Nigeria after we have gone there and cast our vote. We will not take our own. Our own will not matter unless Supreme Court. So that's what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I am also feeling what a lot of you may be feeling right now about the audio, and I will keep saying that we're sorry that the audio may not be fantastic, but let's keep on rolling. Okay, so hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Yago.
Good morning. How?
My name is Shola.
Okay, Shola, go on.
I'm good. Thank you, my brother.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yes.
I've discovered that we need to do something different in this country, and that thing that we need to do different to have peace in this country is that there must be a restructuring. I think that's what we need to start advocating for seriously. This the present president is part of his manifesto. Those days though, he was one of the advocates. Now we are hearing maybe some few things about maybe restructuring, all this policing. Maybe he's doing it to gain the second time, because I know it's the second time in Parliament. And if you look at their pattern is that he even said it out, it's my own turn. Okay, now if he finishes his turn now, let's even say another person enters from another ethnic tribe. Their own turn. How long are you going to continue with this impunity? This gang, they form a gang. Look at the impunity, look at how they shield their people. Your own thing is your own thing, my own thing. You must be exonerated. How long are we going to continue? So if it can just, because now the way I look at it, even if Obi comes in now, he's surrounded by the same gang. You understand? We don't allow him to work. This country cannot work like this. If the only thing we can do is to restructure this country, let each regions. Okay, now we heard this kidnap other people in Kogi again. The same cycle, thing keep going on. We are good. I don't know if you get what the way I'm raising. If we don't restructure it, we cannot move anywhere. I can bet you. We cannot move anywhere. Let's Nigerians start fighting for restructuring. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much. I hope we will have a re-engineering of our reasoning, because if we restructure and the same people are inside that structure, inside a system that is broken, it will still break it. Because every state, for instance, is supposed to be autonomous. Every local government autonomous. Is it happening? But it's in the constitution. Everybody's going cap in hand to the center. And so what is the federalism that is in our constitution? We are called the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Federal Republic of Nigeria. But are we a federation? That is why you're complaining today, and Nigerians are complaining. Let me take some messages before I go back to the calls. The death of a young lady at the residence of Dave Umahi should not be swept under the carpet. Rushing to bury the dead lady calls for suspicion. No matter the circumstances that led to her death, the police should invite the Honorable Minister for Works for questioning. In a situation where a government official is exempted or could not be invited for questioning in this type of situation shows that there is something fishy and truth is equally suppressed. I therefore condemn this brutal killing and equally urge everyone to say no to this evil act. Have a blessed day. His Royal Highness Bisim Woko sent this in. And then we also have this one saying, U.S. senators said they will report to Donald Trump about the arrest of Adeniji concerning fake agency scandal, and I want to say that Tinubu is running a fraudulent and most corrupt government in the history of Nigeria. Leo from Lagos sent this in. Mazi Ugochukwu, aka Elder General in the Sheri Oshun, said regional government is the only solution to save the country. Our senators should let us know their interest in Adeyemi and Gbajabiamila issue. Please, they should let us know what is going on. Abduction of school students is now a trend in this country. It's not funny at all. If the needful should be done, Governor Sanwo-Olu will need overhead bridges or overhead bridge in Toyota bus stop, Ladikbo. Okay. Ambode tried to sanitize and tidy up Lagos State, but because it will not favor them as Ojelu, they say Ambode is a good man but not a good party man. Nigerian people for you. This is from Benga. And also I may hate to hear that Mr. DJ Adeyemi is fake. If Mr. DJ Adeyemi is fake, that means that executive, CBN and the National Assembly are all fake or grossly incompetent and lack direction. That is why the country is stagnant. Please, when will Kogi and Plateau State be free from kidnapping and killing? Are these two states sacrificial lambs for the entire nation? Although the whole country is under siege, to your tent, O Nigerians, Governor Soludo and Dave Umahi are on their own, not for the entire Igbos. They are only deceiving Tinubu to get more money from him. Oh God, arise and trouble those that are troubling Nigerians. This is from Mayor from Ikotu, and you just raised a point. Let us not forget that the children in Borno State have also stayed up to more than 60 days in captivity. That means they were captured or they were abducted before even your pupils were abducted. Right now they're still in captivity about 64 days later. So as we talk, we should also remember them, and as we pray as well, we should remember these little children that are in captivity. 64 days later, they're still there, and it doesn't seem as if anybody is talking about them. Okay, 62 days rather. That's the headline this morning. 62 days after, parents await news of 42 abducted Borno pupils. And when you say pupils, that means that they are really small. Maybe the biggest will be in their teens, maybe 13, 14, I don't know, a pupil that will still be a pupil at 14. That means that small children. 62 days, that's more than 2 months. So let's keep talking about them as well. Hello, good morning. Hello? Okay, call us back. Maybe you didn't know I had picked it. Hello, good morning.
Yanko, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
This is Mr. Mba from Elasa.
Okay, Mr. Mba, go on.
Yeah, Yanko.
Yes, sir.
I was seeing this waga that is going on between Gbajabiamila and the presidency. You see, when Tinubu were campaigning, told you that this is my turn. And he claimed it also, and it came to pass. And some for Nigeria who have understanding are watching. Now Tinubu is the power. Gbajabiamila, you have been accused of forging posts. You have been accused of 50 something billion.
Yeah.
You still remain in office. But Nyanko, what does he tell you? This is our own turn. This is border business. This is one region business. IG is the same region. Chief Justice, the same region. Name it. All the legions belong to one man. Key points, key positions Tell me how would Major Biamila will step down. But I didn't think is Chedu or Cheka from the other region. We know that this region has social media, they have media. We see protests moving all over the whole country. But because like them, then you expect them to resign. This is their turn. And this is their turn in order to do whatever they want to do and get away with it. That is Nigeria for you. That is why I never blame my fathers who saw it early 1960s. Fought in order to separate from this wicked identity called Nigeria. And yet people are counting them, naming them all manner of name. Never one thing that the cannot have never speak about this country have never come to pass. And yet they are claiming one Nigeria, one Nigeria. You are swimming in the wrong country. And you are still claiming you are one Nigeria. So we say, God bless Nigeria. With this kind of evil happening in the country.
Thank you.
And you are telling God bless.
Thank you.
God can never bless us. Thank you.
Well, God has already blessed us. That's why we're here today. That's why we can talk today. So that's not the issue. The issue is not with God. The issue is with us, the people who are leading us and the people who are urging them on, the followers who are urging them on. Okay, good morning, sir. The radio audio from FM is sound and fine, with the audio of callers fine with the quality. We hear the callers as if they're live in the studio. And clear. The problem is the YouTube audio since yesterday from UC. Okay, thank you very much for narrowing it down to the YouTube. Okay, that means if the audio from the radio is good, we are thankful. If the one of YouTube is not too good, we still apologize to the people who have to connect through YouTube. Okay, so let me just take this time because time is almost up. We have to pay a lot of bills this morning. Our health outreach, medical outreach, is starting today. I'm hoping that those who volunteered are already on the field now. Okay, doctor is going to be there in the next maybe 10 minutes at the field. So whatever it is that you need, if you are one of those who volunteered, even though I told you to come around 10, if you come this early, it will be very good. We'll have some briefings and some other things that we need to do before the event kick starts. So thank you in advance. If you want to still bring us something, you can still bring us something, anything you feel we might need, an extra canopy, an extra chair, an extra table, and all that. You can bring it to us. You can also send some money to us if you want to, so that we can defray some logistic debts and all that. You can send that to 200408909, 200408909. That's a Zenith account number. So if you send that money there, just send us a receipt on our WhatsApp number that we are using here in the studio. So let's get up and go to the field and get whatever we need to get for our health to improve. Thank you very much. I will be back at 10:30 to talk with you. Until then, thank you for being there.
Voice of the people, find your brand, find your home.
Good day, listeners, and welcome to once more an enlightenment empowerment program. We have